Have you ever been playing a game, a really good one, and just wished you could, I don't know, break the rules a little? Not to cheat, but to build something that's actually yours, only to smack right into an invisible wall? So many modern games feel like these beautiful, polished boxes, but at the end of the day, they're still just boxes. They're designed to keep you on a path, a lot of times for monetization. But what if you had the keys to the whole factory? What if the goal wasn't just to play the game, but to build the universe itself? Well, that's the dream that sparked the digital creative framework.
So, this quote right here, this is the heart of the whole thing. It's simple, but it's powerful. And you know what? It didn't start with a single line of code. It started in a motorcycle garage with Lucien Maier, the founder of Orange 44. See, his philosophy was never about just handing a customer a finished bike. It was about giving them the tools, the knowledge, the power to build and maintain their own machine. It's about empowering the builder, not just the writer. And that exact idea is what eventually got plugged into the world of gaming.
And that core idea, empowering the creator and all of us, was just too big to stay in a garage. It was always going to make the leap from the physical world of steel and engines to the digital world of pixels and code. This is the story of how that happened.
Lucien Maier's journey has always been about technology. It really kicks off back in 1985 after his family moved to Utah. He got his first Amiga computer. And get this, the thing apparently still works today. This wasn't just some hobby either. It sparked a lifelong passion that led to a whole 30-year career as a system administrator. But during that time, he watched the gaming world change. It started feeling less like a sandbox and more like a theme park, all guardrails and predetermined fun. So he decided to leave the corporate world behind and start Orange 44 with one single mission: build a real platform for digital imagination.
And this right here, this was the central problem, the thing that drove him to create in the first place. He saw all these games that promised freedom, but they were still operating inside these strict, walled gardens. Players were being funneled into these rigid systems, and their creativity was just getting squashed by design. The mission became crystal clear. It was time to tear down those digital walls.
But as pretty much any creator will tell you, having a powerful vision is one thing. Finding people who actually see it and believe in it, that's a whole other ballgame. And the first attempts to bring this dream to life were met with a very, very harsh reality. First up was Orange 44's first big swing, a game called Creative Continents. It launched on Steam, but without any marketing, it pretty much made zero noise. Then there was Balls, which was this fun little physics game that was literally created by accident during a debugging session. It got some good feedback, but again, no marketing push, so it just kind of vanished. They were both these really cool ideas that just got lost in the static, completely unable to find an audience. And this really shows you the human side of that struggle. After one really nasty, spiteful review for Creative Continents, Lucien just retreated into what he called anti-social mode. He was developing in total isolation, pouring more and more amazing features into the game, but it didn't matter. The few players who stumbled upon it never saw its true potential because that connection was just gone. So after years of grinding, of relentless work, after launching 2 full games on Steam, this number is what they had to show for it, a big, fat 0. That was the breaking point. Lucien was totally ready to walk away, convinced the dream was dead. He was actually getting ready to go back to his old tech career. But, just when it seemed like the project was about to be shut down for good, a brand new collaborator showed up. And this one was going to change everything. In what you could only call a total last-ditch Hail Mary pass, Lucien did something pretty radical. He handed the keys to the entire project over to his custom-trained AI, an AI he called Crunch AI. This thing was a local language model with direct console access to the game engine, and its very first suggestion? It wasn't some small tweak. It wasn't a new feature. Nope. Its suggestion was to burn the whole thing to the ground and start completely from scratch.
So, with Crunch AI leading the charge, the rebuild of Creative Continents was done by November 2023. And technically, it was a masterpiece. It had way more features, way better performance, just an incredible amount of player control. But, and you can probably guess where this is going, it still didn't find an audience. This was breaking point number 2. Even with an AI co-developer, the main problem just wasn't solved. Just when Lucien was about to pull the plug for good, Crunch AI came back with one more idea. A final, radical pivot. It basically told him, stop thinking like you're building a game. Start thinking like you're building an architect's toolkit. Stop building one single thing and instead build the system, a totally open, modular, creative framework that actually delivered on that original vision. And that was the moment the Digital Creative Framework, DCF, was truly born.
Okay, so with the project's real purpose finally locked in, the whole focus shifted. They weren't making a single experience anymore. They were building an engine that could create infinite experiences. The question wasn't, what game should we build? It became, what tools do people need to build any game? So let's pop the hood and take a look at this universe engine. So what exactly is DCF? The short answer is, it's not a game, it's a platform. It's a universe engine built on a seriously customized version of Unreal Engine 5.6.1. The entire point is to give you, the player, honest-to-goodness developer-level control. That means you decide the shape of the mountains, the physics of the water, the time of day, everything. It's all about finally completely erasing that line between being a player and being a creator. The real secret sauce here is its architecture. It's built in 3 separate, modular layers that all stack together. At the very bottom, you've got the source project. That's the custom engine, the foundation of everything. It's designed to run on a headless server, which means no graphics, just raw performance and a direct line for the AI. On top of that is the world project. That's your environment, your canvas. And finally, there's the playground project, which is everything the player actually does: movement, vehicles, interaction. Because they're modular, you can swap out the playground or world layers entirely without breaking the core. It allows for just limitless experimentation. And the toolkit you get with this thing is, well, it's just wild. In that world layer, you've got Voxel Pro, which means you can literally sculpt the terrain in real time like it's digital clay. You have ultra-dynamic sky, so you can go from a sunny afternoon to a crazy thunderstorm with just a few clicks. Oceanology gives you unbelievably realistic, physics-driven water. Then, in the playground layer, you've got things like advanced multiplayer vehicles, an action-adventure movement system for climbing and dashing, and a super robust building system to place anything, anywhere. This isn't just a random collection of assets, it's a fully integrated powerhouse for creation. And crucially, this isn't some closed-off system. This is where that Build Bikers philosophy really comes full circle, the workshop. You can import your own 3D models, textures, even sound files directly into the engine. You upload them, add some details, and then the whole community can rate them, discuss them, and give you feedback. Your creation isn't just a static object anymore. It becomes a living, breathing part of the world that evolves with the community. So, the platform was built. The vision was finally real, written in code. DCF officially launched on January 27th, 2025. But even with all this incredible tech, the journey, well, it was far from over. And here we go again. It's that same, all-too-familiar struggle. On launch day, the technical potential of DCF was through the roof, just off the charts. But the player visibility? It was right back where they started, practically zero. The launch came and went with barely a ripple. You know, this is an actual note from one of the devlogs, and man, you can just feel the passion and the frustration in those words. You've got this unbelievably powerful, incredibly fun creative tool just sitting there, waiting for people to discover it. For the team, walking away just wasn't an option. The dream was way too important. And that brings us right to the future, because the vision has evolved again. It's no longer just about giving players a set of tools. It's about building a true partnership between human creativity and artificial intelligence. It's about Crunch AI becoming more than just a developer. It's about it becoming a real-time co-creator. So what's next on the roadmap? Imagine Crunch AI helping you build worlds in real time, offering up tools to make your process faster and easier. Imagine being able to procedurally generate entire maps, new assets, or even game mechanics with just a simple voice command. They're even working on something called Media Tower mode, which basically turns the AI into its own camera operator, autonomously streaming and curating what's happening in the world. The goal is and always has been the same: to completely and utterly erase that line between being a player and being a creator. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. This whole journey, from a motorcycle garage to an AI-powered universe engine, it's all been about chasing the answer to this one question. It's a project that maybe hasn't found its huge audience yet, but its ambition is to completely redefine what we think is possible in a digital world. So what worlds would you build if there were truly no limits at all?